think. So, for example, right? My ex-girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
out of anyone that I've ever dated, had the most potential.
Okay.
The most potential to be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't see that.
Oh, okay.
She didn't see that.
Okay.
And no matter how much I said it, there was nothing that I could have done to cultivate.
Yeah.
But I planted the seed, because once we stopped being together, a lot of the things that I was saying, like, you should do,
Mm-hmm.
she was getting into.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can't take credit for that.
You don't think so?
I can't. Why? Because we were together for so long and I said it. I tried it.
Oh, you don't think that it was your voice?
I mean, she might have heard it and then decided, but she had to make that choice. And now she's deciding whether or not she wants to put it into practice.
No, I mean, there's a time span that makes sense. But like, if your ex is starting to do the things that you said now that y'all are not together, I would absolutely think,
for her.
Yeah, you'd be happy
but that's
for her.
it. That's
But I
what
would
it is.
absolutely credit you with not planting that seed.
I mean,
That grew.
some plant seeds, some water.
Yeah, but the credit of
Sometimes-
planting the seed, that's what we're talking about here.
But that's not building though. That's planting a seed. How many seeds do we plant that don't maturate?
But that's still an absolutely essential part of getting to the tree. Don't get there without a seed. That's important. That seed is important.
Okay.
And I just feel like even if they can't do it, I still feel like the woman has to get over it.
Yeah.
But I do understand that desire to be like, dang.
Okay.
So when you take the time to really put things that you have on the back burner for the sake of this person that you love, because you want to see them win, because they win, everybody wins, as opposed to you winning by yourself and having to just tow them along. Like I'm okay. I don't have to see you win, but I want to see you win. I want to see us together. I want to see us thriving together. Welcome back to Lex Talk. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Alexis, and the purpose of this channel is to have real conversations about life, love, and relationships, because I believe that there's healing at the intersection of our struggles, and the only way to get there is by talking about it. So we are here today with another key convo with Kamoy. How are you?
I'm doing well.
All right, Kamoy and I both had the pleasure of attending the Maverick City and Kirk Franklin Kingdom Tour. Was it called the Kingdom Tour?
It was.
And how did you like it?
I really enjoyed it. I was glad that Jonathan Reynolds was the opening.
Oh, snap. I miss Jonathan Reynolds.
Yes,
oh, McReynolds.
he was the opening act, and I really enjoy his music. I found him in a time that was tough in my life.
Yeah.
And so, like, it really got me through a lot. So I was thrilled. And then Kurt, man, that's what we grew up on.
Facts.
And so to be in a concert and hear, like, the Lean on Me.
Yeah.
That was real nice.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. So I wasn't raised in the church. My family was the type, we go on Easter and Christmas. So I didn't get saved, really saved, until I was about 21. So I already had 21 years of like my music preference being built. So gospel music is still very much gospel. Like I don't see it hardly no other way. I listen to it when I'm worshiping. I mean, a little bit outside of that, but for the most part, that's the mind frame that I associate with it. And so even the concert, I was not really like geeked up about going, it's just like I could have just as much fun, at home in my car, whatever. Cause I'm like, I like to twerk. Am I going to be able to twerk here is what I want to know. And so like, I had the best time, and it's part of the atmosphere, but like you said, it's the Kirk, secular, non-secular, you was listening to Kirk Franklin.
Yeah.
So it was still the jam. So I was like, it was a great balance of having Maverick City for to me, that's more like all the feels, all the things that move me. Kirk Franklin definitely does move me, but it's also the jam. So it was like the dance break when he got to, yes, it was and I definitely got a nice little twerk in on that last one, their newest song.
I find it interesting that it's all the same genre, but you separate it like that.
Yes. Yes.
I do.
Yeah, because I also listen to Christian rap. So yeah, it's all different mood.
I mean, I listen to. So I grew up in the church, but I always had I love R&B. It's always gonna be my favorite.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy, like, I got into a place where I used to only listen to what would be considered gospel.
Yeah.
But because there's so many different types of gospel artists.
Yeah.
Like, it gives you that
variety.
Yeah, Jonathan Reynolds. Most of his records they bop. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's that upbeat. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like Kirk got more the feels, the moves than Maverick City. Like,
yes, well, it's a nostalgia with Kirk. It's like family reunion, picnic, barbecue. That's what it was for me, because I wasn't in like vacation Bible school or nothing like that. So I mean, and also Auntie Car driving everywhere, whatever the case may be. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. And yes, I sure did get me a nice little margarita. I was thinking that they were going to have non-alcoholic frozen drinks. I said, hey girl, what you got? She said margarita. I said, oh yeah. Give me the large, please.
I did think that was interesting. I'm not even going to pretend, like, because we had a gospel concert and they were selling like cocktails and
whole ass cocktails.
I'm talking about they was out there drunk.
Listen, I mean, the dudes that were walking up had their own from home. Beers
and all that. And I'm just like,
what do you think about that? Do you think that's progress? Do you think it's a problem?
Me personally, I couldn't. I couldn't.
Yeah.
I could not.
Oh.
I
respect that though.
I would probably not go. Like, if it's talking about church or a service, like if I got drunk or I had a drink or two, like, I might not go. And it's not out of like, so there's like a respect that I have.
Yes, that's fair.
And it's just like, dang, like, all right, next time, y'all catch me next time. Because it's just like, I ain't in my right place to have that kind of respect, to be like, because like, as a kid, you're not going to get high and then go sit next to your mama. To where, like, you smell like weed, to where, like,
out of respect for her.
Right. And so that's just kind of like how I feel. Like, I wouldn't want to be like, oh, I'm finna, be out here drunk talking about saying, yes, Lord.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because I'm absolutely going to the Earth Gang concert tonight. So a nice little balance of ratchet and righteousness. But also going away to school in Ohio, Jesus culture was very different up north. Bar culture is heavy up north. It's cold outside. That's all people do. They have to just go inside and warm yourself from the inside out. And so it was to the point where there were Bible studies at bars. I didn't go to a Bible study at a bar, but it was very common to have a beer or a cider or whatever the case may be at a Bible study event. And for me, that it blew my mind, but it also opened the little box that I had put God in. And not to say that anybody should feel that way. I think people should move based on their convictions. Whatever God is speaking into you, that's what you do. But yeah, so ever since then, it's been this kind of different kind of reverence that I have in the space of, my faith. But
no, that's real. Like, he's everywhere. So,
yeah, even though I was like, some of these people walking, I was like, he ain't in you. But
regardless of where, you think. So, like, Bible study in a bar, that's fine. You know what I'm saying?
If that's your thing.
We just, there's, just like in anything and everything, there's different, like, sects and levels and understanding.
Yeah.
And so, being that my grandfather was a pastor, I got uncles as pastor, like, you know what I'm saying? We just understood it as
a higher inside,
like, it's a reverent type thing. I ain't saying like I ain't never, but
not
even in those moments, I be like, dang.
You feel some type of conviction.
Yeah, it gets me.
And also, I do believe also that some people are called to a higher standard.
Yeah. If
people are watching you, if you are, and it's not fair because sometimes you didn't ask to be in that space. Sometimes you accept it. Sometimes you're just there because of adjacency. Like that's your daddy, that's your uncle. It reflects on more than just yourself. And I think that needs to be taken into consideration too. Not my lot in life, thank God. As of yet, Lord, let's keep the main thing the main thing.
I'm gonna just keep my mouth shut because we already going in a back and forth, me and him up there.
I can tell you who's gonna win.
Definitely, but I can hold out.
Okay,
I can hold out. It ain't for my benefit, but I'm gonna hold out.
All right, he like, do you, player? Let me turn this on silent right now. All right, let's talk about this. Kamoy sent me a video on TikTok that was a guy and a girl that were discussing the idea of women claiming to have made a man into what he is, only for him to then leave her and, I guess, give the fruits of her labor to some other person. And in the video, the reaction was, "Girl, get out your feelings. You did not make this man. Like, how narcissistic are you to believe that the world started and stopped with you and your contribution?" That a good assessment of it?
100%.
All right. So, I mean, it's always a both and. You're never going to get a straight answer out of me, probably, unless I'm just that, passionate, I guess, about it. But I definitely do feel as though, isolated, out of context, it does sound like, girl, get over yourself. But I do understand in the context of a relationship, when you are pouring yourself into someone, sometimes it's solicited, sometimes it's unsolicited, for the betterment of you two together. Well, for that person to be better so that y'all two can be better. And that feeling as though, hey, I'm working for us. And then you like, well, thank you. I'm going to go take my talents elsewhere after they kind of get on or whatever the case may be. And that is a common thing that I think women do, is trying to level a nigga up. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it happens the other way around. Maybe it does, maybe just not as often, but oftentimes women are dating the potential that they see as opposed to the person, and willing to make a sacrifice, put things on hold, make the calls, everything. Like, I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I 100% agree with the video. I think it is for any person, male or female, to think, boy, look, I done built this person up for somebody else. Like, that is very narcissistic. Even though I don't really like that word, I feel like it's overused. But
yeah,
because if you did such a great job, right?
Yeah,
building somebody else, why didn't you just do that for yourself?
What makes you think that the woman wasn't built?
Because if she was, she would have noticed that I'm now dealing with somebody who's not where I'm at.
Yes.
Because from a guy's perspective, a lot of times, like, potential, we pay attention to that. You know what I'm saying? The potential of the woman that we're dealing with or we're getting engaged with. And we might make suggestions in ways, you know what I'm saying, to bring out, to allow her to flourish in those areas. But that's not, it's for her to still then take the initiative, put it into practice, like it, and then keep up with it.
So do you think that women are doing more than that?
No, I don't. But I think they want credit that takes away from the person actually putting in the work. Because even if I pour into you every day, right? Every day.
Yeah.
I affirm you. I tell you how amazing, how smart you are. If you don't do the work,
yeah,
then it's nothing. I have a homeboy in college. One of the smartest people I've ever met. By far. I'm talking about just like, could tell you anything. Yeah. Don't know where he just reads, so he can tell you anything. Just be like random facts type. And you just be like, wow. He didn't go to class. He didn't do his work. All of us got degrees, by far smarter than all of us. He ain't never finished.
Yeah, nothing.
As much as we said, bro, like, do you know how smart you are? Like, do you know what you could do? He ain't never do it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
I feel, well, I think, of course, there are levels to how women are pouring into dudes. But I feel like a lot of times it's like, or at least the way it's presented to me, it's like, I just haven't caught my break. Or like, it's never a dude that is just not willing to put in the work. At least in my case, it's always a guy that has hustle mentality. He just doesn't have maybe the organizational skills, or maybe he doesn't have the people around him that can open his mind to the different ways to get to a space. Like, he just doesn't know how to get there, maybe. Or maybe he has a lot of things stacked against him. A lot of times it is difficult when you just have no support, no resources, and things like that. And they just need someone to kind of, I don't know, help them out a little bit. Not necessarily like a dude that's just a bum on the street that you're just like taking care of, trying to put like, these are people with potential that seem to want to do it. Obviously they do, because at the end of the day, they get on, right? And then they leave.
But is that, so them getting on is solely based on the actions of someone else?
No.
Okay,
and I don't think that women are asking for them to be given all the credit, but not to be like dismissed as not having a crew. The same way we look to our parents, and our parents didn't go to school for us, but we like, if it wasn't for you, you know, like, I appreciate all that you did to help me get to where I am.
Using that same analogy.
All right.
Parents, teachers. School.
Yeah.
The Bible says, train up a child in the way they should grow, and when they get old, they might not depart. So you can train them. Mm-hmm. You can give them all the tools. But don't we have situations and cases where we have kids who have every opportunity in the world to be successful, and just make the choice not to?
Yeah, absolutely.
And they can come from a family where nobody had an opportunity to be successful, but the determination of that one child decided, I'm going to be different. Yeah. And so that's what it is. Like, we can give acknowledgement and credit, but at the end of the day, that's just a part. You know, if we look at our own lives, people have poured into us for a season. We don't, they don't ask for it to be like, but we remember that, I remember my second grade teacher, she told me that because I was bad in second grade. I ain't gonna pretend. Second grade, I was a little troublemaker, but she said, I know where you come from. I talked to your mama and your daddy. Yeah. Stop playing. Yeah. Like, that was it. Stop playing.
Yeah. Yeah, there's more in you.
You're gonna give your daddy a heart attack the way he be coming to come up here for you. Mm-hmm. And so it was just like stuff like that. I remember. Yeah. She told me stop playing. It took me a little while to stop playing, but like, it's stuff like that. Yeah. Am I gonna say she built me because she poured in that moment? I remember. Or she a contributor?
I mean, she's a contributor because of the role that she played. Right. You know?
And that's I think what it is for this conversation.
Why?
Like, everyone's a contributor. Like, you contribute.
What level rises above a contributor? If she's the one that puts you in the room with this person, or
you still gotta close the deal.
Yes.
Everybody who has given you an opportunity, they built you because they gave you an opportunity for you to then show what you could do, what you're made of, who you are on the inside. Because a lot of times that's just it. Mm-hmm. Like you said, we don't know, we don't have the resources, but then you give us an opportunity. I just need a platform. I already been talking like this. I already had this mindset, had this ability.
I mean, that's when someone already has the foresight, like, this is what I'm trying to do, this is what I'm trying to accomplish. I just need help getting there, or I need to be in the right spaces. A lot of times that's not what it is.
I mean, but a lot of times it is.
So you don't feel that a woman is entitled to any of
just like I don't feel
the growth.
Like men are entitled to anything. So, for example, right, my ex-girlfriend, out of anyone that I've ever dated, had the most potential. Okay. The most potential to be amazing. Mm-hmm. She didn't She didn't see that.
Oh, okay.
She didn't see that.
Okay.
And no matter how much I said it, there was nothing that I could have done to cultivate.
Yeah.
But I planted the seed, because once we stopped being together,
she found
a lot of the things that I was saying, like, you should do, she was getting into.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can't take credit for that.
You don't think so?
I can't. Why? Because we were together for so long and I said it. I tried it.
Oh, you don't think that it was your voice?
I mean, she might have heard it and then decided, but she had to make that choice. And now she's deciding whether or not she wants to put it into practice and see how it works for her. That ain't on me.
Is there anything to be said about when they're in the relationship? When you're in the relationship and you're pouring into this person, like, should women not do that?
No, everything in life is an investment. Everything. Every relationship is an investment.
Right.
And so you make some good investments and you make some bad investments.
Right. So can a woman be upset about that bad investment? That's
probably not the only bad one you've ever made. Are you still upset about everyone? I mean, you can be upset.
Exactly.
But it's not you. If then that invest. So like if you sell early and then that stock goes up.
Yeah. But all it is the right for her to feel this way and be justified in feeling upset.
You can feel how you want. Everyone's entitled to feel how you want to feel, but
justified in that feeling.
The reality is you ain't make that man. He ain't make that woman. Even if I stop going to school to work more to put you through school, and then it's done and you become successful, that's not my success.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna have a part in that. I played a part, definitely. Yeah. But that ain't me.
Right. That's the thing. I don't think it's anyone claiming like that should be mine. That's old me.
But you built it. You're trying to say I built that. I made that.
I was a critical part in that. And I think it happens both ways. But yeah, I do think that those people. Yeah.
So I am going to be 32.
Yeah.
Right? 7 out of those 32 years, I was with my ex-girlfriend. Not the last 7, but 7 out of those 32 years.
Right.
So I'm going to credit her for anything that happens after those 7 years because of those 7. If I live to be 70.
No, I mean, there's a time span that makes sense. But like if your ex is starting to do the things that you said now that y'all are not together, I would absolutely think,
for her.
Yeah, you can be happy for her. But I would absolutely credit you with not planting that seed.
I mean, some plant seed, some water.
Yeah, but the credit of planting the seed. That's what we're talking about here.
But that's not building, though. That's planting a seed. How many seeds do we plant that don't maturate?
But that's still an absolutely essential part of getting to... The tree don't get there without a seed. That's important. That seed is important.
Okay.
And I just feel like even if they can't do it, I still feel like the woman has to get over it.
Yeah.
But I do understand that desire to be like, dang, I thought this was going to be for us, but unfortunately it's not.
It was definitely for you, and then I thought I would reap the benefits of it, but I didn't.
No, it's for us because I wouldn't be doing it if I wasn't. Yes, it is like partially for you, but I would not care if there was no us.
And I think I would care, and I think that's where men and women differ, because like
maybe, but it's a lot of work. It's a lot. But
that's what builds up the community.
But not everybody has the bandwidth to pour into everybody in the community like that. You just can't.
I feel you.
So when you take the time to really put things that you have on the back burner for the sake of this person that you love because you want to see them win, because they win, everybody wins, as opposed to you winning by yourself and having to just tow them along. Like I'm okay. I don't have to see you win, but I want to see you win. I want to see us together. I want to see us thriving together. And also as a woman, knowing that a man has this desire to be able to be there for her in that way, saying, I'm going to put this to the side so that I can make sure you are able to be as effective as you want to be. Like, that's a big deal. I don't know. I feel like even though she has to get over it, I understand that logic. I think the wording is wrong. The fact that I made you is wrong. But like, no, I did absolutely help you get to where you are. Like if we had never been in this relationship, your life would have probably been on a different trajectory. Not to say that you couldn't have found success, but these thoughts that you have now, you ain't never had them a day before me. And there's thoughts that he put in her that she never had a day before him. But I think that most of the time the dynamic is a woman pouring into a man in a different way than a man pours into a woman because of what we see as the dynamic of men versus women and who provides and stuff like that. So men, when they pour into a woman, they already feel like that's their job, like that they are the ones that offer something to the woman as far as leveling up in a professional way. Whereas for women, we're not supposed to be leveling you up. You know, it's supposed to be, you already have it figured out and we're just in awe. And so when we do it for you guys versus you do it for us, it's more of like, we're having to make a sacrifice where you guys are like, yeah, here, I'll help you out. So there's not the same level of animosity at the end because you're like, that's just what you do.
Okay.
I told his ass.
Not really, but you know,
Do you think that men feel the same as far as like, I don't know, putting a woman on in whatever type of way?
Where the more we talk, the more I understand like how men and women really are like wired so different.
Yeah.
Because it's just like I was having the conversation about independence versus interdependence and how like most guys grow up team sports. So there's a level of interdependence that's engraved in us. And because of that, we understand like everything and everyone contributes.
Okay.
But it's on that person to put it into practice, put it into actuality, to make it real. So I can be on the team with you. We've been playing together 10 years, 10 seasons.
Yeah.
And I know you're the best, but you don't play at the best. And then that one moment when you realize, like, I'm really that dude. So now I'm out here showing everybody I've been telling you that for 10 years.
Yeah.
But it still took for you to see it, to realize it, and then to do it. That's not my credit. Though I've been pouring, though I've been practicing, though I've been telling you, showing you, being out here with you every day for 10 years, telling you, bro, you that guy. Go be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's not on me. Even though I poured, I stood next to you. We was in the trenches. And so it's just like, you said it. Like, for guys, it's just, that's what we do. We pour into each other.
Do guys, would guy in that same scenario, would guys feel some type of way if, you know, y'all been practicing playing, you've been pouring into this dude, he realizes I'm that guy, and he goes to play for another team to win? If we have
to see them that season, and it's like somebody who's close to us in like ability, and he puts them over the edge, like now I'm gonna be like, dang, I understand.
Yeah.
Like you made what's best for you, but dang.
That's exactly what it is.
Now we finna bust your ass.
That is exactly what it is.
I don't think that's what it is.
That is what it is. It's not that I don't want to see you succeed, but I thought that we were building this team for us to play together and win. Now you like, well, thank you for giving me all the tools. There's a better team out there.
He already had the tools. He just ain't know how to use them.
And they don't mean anything if they, the same way your friend that is so smart and doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Exactly. It doesn't, because you don't have the access if you're not willing to put in that work. So it does. Him going to play for this other team and now win the championship with this other team, it's just like, man, all the resources, and now you just want to team up with the team that you know is like better. Like we could get there. Like that was the goal. That was what we was working to be great with what we had, but
it ain't work out, and so I had to do it.
Yeah, but you're gonna be feeling like Dang, though. That's what it feels like. I mean, at the end of the day, the crazy part is I believe that this wasn't never the team for you in the first place.
Right.
Like, we met under the auspicion that you were in this space, and you were in that space, but once you evolved, maybe due to my help, you were like, this isn't what I want. Right.
And so sometimes that happens. Like, yeah, if you're pouring into somebody to the point where they outgrow you, yeah, then that's a personal thing, because you should never stop working on you. Well, in any aspect, in any, like, you should always be growing. So if you are walking with somebody and they're a little bit behind you, and so like you might help them, you should still be, when you're not helping them, inching forward. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say I've seen that happen, and people just like stand still and put everything into another person, and then that person get on and they like, bro, what have you been doing though? Yeah. Yeah. A lot of times. So I do think that is one thing that happens. Another thing that I think happens is, rather than outgrow, you just realize that you weren't really suited for each other. It's almost like when people come together based on trauma or just where they are at that time, and then all this growth and evolution, they've become a different person, or they are a different person. They're looking for different things, have different needs. So it's not like the other person was stagnant. It's like this person has become something that they're like, I don't know that I actually want you. Yeah. That's I don't true. Know. No, that I'll say that happens. And that sucks. That's unfortunate. It really it's an unfortunate situation. All right, guys. Yep, you guessed it. That's all for today, folks. You're going to have to catch the rest of this conversation next week, airing Wednesday. And trust me, it gets better. It is good, y'all. So thank you so much, as always, for rocking with me, rocking with us. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel, y'all. Tell your friends about me. If you have anybody that might want to listen to this, go ahead and share it, y'all. Go ahead and share it. If you listen to the podcast by audio, actually, they have video as well. But if you like podcasts more, check us out on all the streaming platforms. That's Anchor FM, that's Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts. Wherever you look for podcasts, we're there. If you are on social media, that's Twitter, that's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Check me out. It's Alexis, _Alexis. So that's ISS_Alexis. No E, no I, double S. If that isn't confusing enough, just check the link in the description for all of my handles. And yeah, I can't wait to see you guys in another episode. Bye.